Hi guys, this is Discourse Miniatures with another battle report for you today, and what we'll be seeing today is the Joker gang versus Two-Face. So in terms of Two-Face himself, I'll be commanding him, and this is what I like to think of as the Three Faces list. So this is going to be Gangsters 1, 2, 3, and 6, along with Two-Face himself and Clayface. The gangsters here basically are armed with some of the best guns in the game. That's sort of the mainstay of the Two-Face crew. They come with some of the best shooting, but also with some of the clunkier sort of mechanics where they can only fire every other round with the reload trait. So it'll be interesting to see when they can get their shots off, and they have to really make them count. In terms of the victory points deck, how Two-Face scores is he has a twisted side of his coin and a good side of his coin, and he has to go fishing in his deck for that. So I'll explain that mechanic as it comes up and explain the cards as we score them. Coming up against Two-Face is the classic Back to Gotham Joker set. This is Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Joker, and a bunch of thugs. Basically, a lot of weenies here. This is a pretty good crew, I think, against Two-Face, just because there is a lot of guys, and as much as the shooting from Two-Face is great, you know, you don't need a lot to kill some of these guys, so it might be a little bit overkill, but we'll see how well they perform. And that Joker crew will be commanded by Glenn. And so we're gonna just go off camera here and place down the light markers and the sewer markers, then roll initiative on camera, and we'll come back for phase 1, round 1. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, so first of all, we're just going to pull the deployment, and it looks like it is Vanguard. So it's up in the corners, deploy one friendly model up to 4 inches outside the deployment zone. Okay, guys, so here we have Two-Face's deployment. I managed to get a guy up on the top of this roof that I'm pretty happy about. He is going to take a nice position here. I think he can see most of the battlefield. During the discussion of the crews, actually, I had mixed up one of my Tommy gun guys. I exchanged Gangster 1 out for Gangster 6. So he's basically put on a coat, and he has picked up a different trait. He's taken up rapid reload. And then for the Joker crew, they have deployed. They're coming in from Amusement Mile. See Deadshot, because Vanguard, one of our guys, can deploy 4 inches out of the deployment zone. So that's Deadshot here, trying to get an advanced position. The rest of the thugs moving out, just running around. Where's Harley Quinn?
Around here.
And she's hiding around the back. With Clayface, he has hidden, so he is able to basically move out 8 inches at the beginning of the game. He's able to deploy slightly out of the deployment zone. And so, now that we have deployed, we're going to roll our Take the Lead and pull our first hand of cards. So, we'll come back for that. Okay, guys, so because of the first time we've had Two-Face on the in the battle reports, I thought I would explain just how his deck works. So, here you can see that I have pulled my first hand of cards, and you'll notice that in the yellow, it has either the words twisted side or good side. So you see they all have those sorts of conditions. This means that they cannot be scored unless you are on that side of the coin, either the good or the twisted. And you can see here, there are 2 coins cards that are always in play, or one of them is. So there is the twisted side and the good side. Basically, I'm going to be choosing one of these at the beginning of the game. I will, probably with this hand of cards, it's 50-50 really. I have 2 twisted and 2 good. I think that in terms of easy to score, I'm going to keep the good side of the coin, just because it has 2 faces of the coin. I think that'll be an easier one to score at the beginning. This means that the twisted side, I'm going to discard that card. That will go into my deck, so I can basically draw that card, and whenever I do, I replace the good side with it. Now you can see that there are some resources, such as Kill Them Twice, which is search your objective deck for a coin card and immediately play it. So there are ways for me to sort of cycle through my deck, or to go searching through my deck for the appropriate coin card. But yeah, that's how the Two-Face deck works. So let's see then, we'll go into the initiative roll now. Okay, so we're just going to roll initiative. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so we're just going to roll our initiative now. So I have 3, you have 4. So that means I'm going first.
No, I have 3, you have 4. You're too used to playing Joker dice.
That's what I said. I have... Oh. Sure, no problem at all. Okay. Okay, so we did roll initiative, and I am going first. So, is there any card in phase 1 that you would like to play?
I do not have a phase 1 card.
Sure, no problem at all. So my first decision I have to make is what type of form I want Clayface to have. I want him to have a solid form. Solid form gives him a bit of damage resistance, so I'm just going to keep it at that. So we're going to go into phase 2 then, and I'm going to place down my Audacity markers. I'm going to place my Audacity markers. I'm going to give one to Two-Face, of course. I'm going to give one to Clayface as well. I'm going to give one to Gangster 3, who's known as Wallace. And finally, I'm going to give one to Gangster 2, who has the shotgun. I don't quite imagine... No, do you know what? I'm actually going to give it to Gangster 6. Gangster 6 with the Tommy gun. Okay, and who are you going to give your to... Are you going to be handing out any Audacity tokens?
Harley and Deadshot, the only ones that need them.
Sure, no problem at all. So we're going to go into round 1. And my first action is I'm going to move my henchman. This guy here. He's going to move 8 inches like so. And he's going to place down a suspect marker. Okay, that's your activation.
Okay, I am going to activate this guy with the knife.
Sure,
He
thug
is
1.
Movement 10. And he is just going to move to here and put down a suspect marker while he's at it.
Sure, no problem at all. And then for my activation, I'm going to spend one of my 3 pass markers.
Then
Back to you, Joker.
We'll activate this fellow here with the guns.
Sure,
Guns.
thug 4.
And I'll move him into range.
Or thug 5, rather.
Thug 5. He is moved 8.
Okay.
So, where's the 8? There.
Here you go.
Move him to...
Moving down through the streets.
Yeah.
Sure.
And also place a suspect marker.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any benefit to doing so, but probably will be.
Why not? All right. I'm going to spend another one of my 3 pass markers, so I know I have 1 pass marker left. You're up.
Where's the guy with the axe? I'll move him forward.
Ah, now that is thug 4.
Yes. He will move into the light. I don't imagine he's at too much risk anyway. Too far to shoot. Too much cover.
Sure.
And can I place a suspect marker here?
If
If 2 out of the deployment zone?
Yes. Yes, I believe
think
so.
he might just have enough. So I'll put it here. 4 inches from another?
Yeah.
No. He won't.
Sad. Well, I hope you like activating models because I'm going to spend my last pass marker.
I do like activating models actually. I'm going to activate the chainsaw guy.
Oh, okay.
He will move to under this thing if he can.
Sure.
He can.
Okay, so I'm actually going to activate Gangster 3. This is Wallace. He's going to take a special action to give a follow me to Gangster 6, which is Luigi. And that gives Luigi a +2 movement marker. So, or a +4 movement marker, rather. Excellent. And then he's going to make a move. So he's going to move 8 inches. He's going to avoid the light. So he's going to move more like this. And he's going to place a suspect marker. Done. And that is Luigi's turn. Oops. There we are. How about you?
I'm going to move the shotgun guy.
Okay.
Shotgun guy is movement.
Yep.
Yet. Very well.
Yeah, I think it's Thug 1 is the only one with 10 movement.
He sure is.
Yeah, so go ahead then.
Okay, so shotgun guy is going to move up here.
Sure. Okay. And is that his actions over then?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to activate Luigi now then. Or no, rather, I'm going to activate Gangster 7. Can I have the 8-inch movement? So I'm just double checking to make sure that he is in Inspire range, and I do believe that Inspire is as the crow flies. So he is indeed. He's going to move just like so to try and get out of the deployment zone. And then he's going to place the suspect marker down as well. Like so. And then during his activation, because I've just realized I'm going to play two faces of the coin, it's going to be active. It's played. It remains in play, and I'm going to draw a new card. Curious. Heads or heads?
So how does two faces of the coin work?
So two faces of the coin, I basically need to end this match, or rather this round, phase 3, with an even number of suspects in play.
Okay. My activation, I am going to activate Harley.
Sure.
For Harley. She has an audacity, and I realised I have not spent any audacities.
No.
So Harley has an absurd 15-inch movement, I believe.
Yes, she does. So what's Harley going?
Yeah, she can get around about here. Pretty sure that will be cover.
Sure.
For them line of sight breaking.
Mm-hmm.
For most people who could try and shoot her.
Sure. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's no problem at all. I'm going to now activate my Gangster 6. Okay, so this is where I was able to get to with my +4 movement. It was a bit of a delicate run there, but I was able to get right up close and personal. And I've placed down another suspect marker. So, Glenn, that's up to you now, your movement.
Okay.
Your activation, rather. Okay, so who you can activate then?
I'm going to activate Batman.
Batman.
The guy with the bat.
Ah, okay. Thug 6. Sure.
So he's going to move to here.
Okay.
I think he can actually place down a suspect marker.
Sure.
Right here.
Yep, looks good.
And I'm going to do that. I'm going to put it here. And you know what? Oh, wait, that's the wrong suspect marker. That's one of yours. Yeah. I'm going to do some Joker Teeth play Bites the Dust.
Sure, no problem at all then. So we're going to roll now for that to see how long it remains in play.
Sure.
Okay, so if you want to roll the dice.
3.
3. Okay, so it's going to be in round for 3 turns. No problem at all. Not sure if I'll be able to stop that, but we'll see. Okay, and is there anything else you'd like to do?
Well, I have to cycle out.
Yeah, sure, no problem at all. So draw your new card. Is that everything though with that character?
Yes, that's all he can really do.
No problem at all. So I'm going to activate Clayface now, and about Clayface, he is adaptable. So at the beginning of the round, I chose +2 movement for him. So that means that his normal movement is, I believe it is 10. Let me just double check that now. Okay, yep. So Clayface's normal movement is 10, which means that in this instance, he has a movement of 12. Which means he can get up pretty far. Now, I don't want him to move too far from Two-Face. So I'm going to move. However, I do know that there's a Harley Quinn around the corner there. So I think what I'm going to do is, think I'm going to move Clayface like so. So he's going to move up and around to here to try and intercept Harley Quinn in the next round, I think is my plan. All right, so that's your activation now.
The Joker Teeth move.
Ah, yes, do you want to roll for that now then? Let's see where it goes. 3 inches.
3 inches towards Clayface.
Okay, no problem at all. Okay, so that's where it's moved to. And who are you going to activate now?
First, I think I'm going to detonate that.
You're going to reveal it?
I'm going to...
Reduce or increase the value of a number counter by 2?
Yes.
Sure, no problem at all. So that's a resource card. That's let them in on the joke?
Yep, and I'm going to spend it as a resource.
Sure.
Reducing this to 0.
Sure, no problem at all.
So to detonate.
So it explodes, which means we're going to put the template down. And it explodes like so. So it injures Thug 1 and Thug 2, I believe. The shotgun Thug. They both take 1 blood damage. Cool. And you're just going to record that in the character sheet. No problem at all. So, and the Joker Teeth is now removed. So it's no longer on the board. Okay. I'm now going to activate Two-Face. And I'm thinking that Two-Face himself, well, first things first, you're going to need to flip a coin. He just needs to flip a coin, see if he's enervating 1 or gets 1 free effort. Sure.
Twisted.
Twisted. Okay. So that... I'm actually not sure what that means. Let me just come right back. Okay, so that is twisted. So that's basically tails. And that is bipolar, which means that he gets 1 enervating. If he rolls good or heads, he gets to make 1 free effort. So what Two-Face is going to do is he's going to move 10. Or 8, rather. Thank you. And... he's can't quite get a bead on the Joker, so he's just going to move up. He's going to stay within reach of his boys here. He's going to run up beside Gangster 2. Now he is a little bit, I believe he's in range of the light, but that should hopefully not be an issue. All right, so who are you going to activate then, Glenn?
I think now I will activate Deadshot.
Sure, no problem at all.
And Deadshot hasn't activated yet. He will move, I suppose, he has an audacity.
Mm-hmm.
He will move to this. Let's see if how close is that guy from anywhere with the 8-inch move.
Yep, this is there.
So have to get fairly close to be able to shoot this guy. But I think if he moves to this corner here, which is within 10, which he can do, he's going to activate his rapid fire.
Sure.
And ignore all cover.
Okay.
So, because he's within it, shooting this guy.
Sure.
He's going to use his twin guns, I believe. They do blood stun. The movement gives -2, so it's rate of fire 5. So that's 4 dice.
Sure, no problem at all. So we'll come to that roll then and we'll look at that now. Okay, so this is 4 dice pool overall because there is a movement. So he's moved, he removes 2 dice from his dice pool, including the strength die. But because it's Deadshot, he ignores cover whenever it's in range. So you're firing your 2 handguns if you want to roll against Luigi here.
2 up, because Deadshot gets +1.
Sure.
And that is 4 hits.
So that's 4 hits. So that is how much blood and stun each?
4 stun, 4 blood.
4 stun, 4 blood. I think I will just take that as it is. I think I'll just eat it. 4 blood, 4 stun. Okay, so Luigi's looking pretty rough. But he's still alive. He's still standing. Some of the Two-Face gangsters are pretty tough, pretty hardened. So, who are you going to activate next then, Glenn?
I think I will activate my... Wait, Isn't it your activation?
I've activated all of my models.
Then I'm activating Joker.
Sure, no problem.
You spent all your path markers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Joker. Joker will do something maybe.
Okay, do you want to have a think about it? And we'll come back? Sure, no problem at all. Okay, so what's Joker going to do then?
Joker is going to move his 10-inch move.
Sure.
To, 8-inch move, huh? Joker
Yeah.
does
You're too used to Batman.
Yeah. He's going to move up beside his bodyguard.
Sure.
And he move a bit more there, I think.
Sure, no problem at all.
And then that means that he's within range to issue a kill them order.
Sure.
To the knife guy.
Sounds good. All right. And is that everything Joker's going to do?
That's everything Joker is going to do.
Okay, so that's actually, I believe that's all of our models activated. So a pretty quiet first round. Just one kill. One guy almost dead on my side. So we're going to go into the end of phase 3 now.
I think you score 2 faces of the coin.
Yep, so I score 2 faces of the coin, which is have an even number of suspects in play. So I do have 1, 2, 3, and 4 up on the roof here. So that is an even score, so I'm going to score that. Okay, and then we're going to do the recount phase then. We'll remove 1 stun from everybody. Is there any cards that you're scoring on phase 4?
I score no cards.
Me neither. So we're just going to remove our stun and come back for round 2, phase 1. Okay, so we're going to roll initiative for round 2.
You had it last time?
Yes, it is. So if we tie, and I don't get any pluses. So we do tie, so you do get it this round. So we're going to go into the raise the plan then and choose our destiny marker. So we'll be right back. Okay, so unfortunately just the first phase 2 and the first activation of the new round was missed. In terms of our destiny markers, I've placed one down on Two-Face, Clayface, Gangster 7 and Gangster 3. Joker has placed his down on Harley Quinn and Deadshot. He then activated Thug 1, who took an audacity marker to run forward, placed down a suspect marker, which allowed him to score Let Them In on the Joke. That was the scoring conditions of that card being place a suspect marker within 4 inches of an enemy model. We then both had to discard a card as a condition of Let Them In on the Joke. I lost my card, Kill Them Twice, and instead I have drawn 2 faces of the coin. This is very unfortunate. Kill Them Twice has a resource cost that allows you to basically pull the different coin, the twisted coin, out of the deck. My plan was to pull that coin out and score. You can see my twisted cards, of which I have a lot of them. Unfortunately, that's no longer an option. So I don't have any means of getting the right card. So now I'm stuck with the good side. This is very unfortunate. So you have moved Thug 1. You've placed on a suspect marker. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
He's going to stab.
Okay, no problem at all. We're
Ribs.
Sure. So we're going to come back with that rolled now. Okay, so Thug 1 is attacking Gangster 6. Gangster 6 is pretty injured. He's only got 4 blood left out of 6. I'm not going to be able to effort because I've suffered 3 blood damage. I have 1 willpower left. Yep, so, and you're efforting?
I am efforting for 2.
Okay, and you've got +2 from the Joker kill them from last round, so...
So there will be an additional 2 dice.
Yep, go ahead then. Let's see, you're trying to be 3s. Okay.
And that is a critical on the strength die.
Okay, let's see if it matters. So we have, first of all, we've got a success. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, wow. Okay. So the strength die, yep, that's going to knock down. But I can hopefully survive if I can defend against 3 of
there's another
these.
2 dice to roll.
Oh, okay, well, let's roll them then.
I'll roll them.
Yeah, go ahead, roll them.
I'll roll yours. And that's another 1, so
Okay.
that's 5.
I'm not sure if I can even survive this.
And if 1 automatically goes through.
Yep, so I'm going to roll my 3 defense. We're going to see now I'm trying to be 3s. I do knock off 2, so let's just count up then. So we take off 2, so that is 3, 4 blood. That is a dead gangster. So unfortunately, he has died. Okay, that's my activation now then. I'm going to activate Wallace. Or am I? Actually, let me just have a think here and I'll come back. Okay, so I'm just going to spend one of my past markers here. So Joker, you're up.
Okay, I am going to activate Harley.
Sure.
I am going to play Jokerometer
Okay.
on Harley.
Okay, so you're going to play that as a resource?
Yes, I'm going to tuck it under her card so I know it's there. No, I'm not playing as a resource.
Yeah.
I'm playing it to win.
Oh, you're playing as a victory point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I know you often forget that it can be played.
It's not that I forget that it can be played, it's just that it's very hard to play it. Okay, so go ahead then. So if you want to activate Harley and move her where you're going to move her.
So Harley is going to move to... I think this will work. I think if she moves to here, she is within 1 inch of... No, she's not within 1 inch of Two-Face. So there she's within 1 inch of Two-Face and his boy.
Okay.
She's out of Clayface range, but...
Sure, that's no problem.
That means that Clayface can't bodyguard.
Sure.
And she is going to wallop.
Sure, so she's going to do the 360 strike?
She is, yes.
No problem at all, so we'll roll for that and we'll come back. Okay, so Harley Quinn, you have your normal dice pool, which is 4 dice, and then you've got two strength die that you're rolling as well.
Dice, yeah.
Okay, so you're trying to beat 4 ups to hit Two-Face and 3 ups to hit Gangster 2. So go ahead then.
4 ups on the strength.
Yeah. Okay. So you've missed with your 2 strength die, it looks like. And these 2 have hit. They've hit both Gangster 2 and Two-Face. So I'm just going to remove them.
Correct.
Okay. So there we go. I have 3 defense for Gangster 2. He's going to roll these now. He's trying to be 4s. So he does.
He's safe.
And then I'm going to roll for Two-Face. Two-Face has 4 defense die. And he beats. Yeah, and he's safe as well. So we're okay. We haven't taken any stun damage. So we kind of lucked out there. There was another world where that was a better roll. But we'll come back. Okay. So for my activation, I'm going to activate Clayface. He's going to move down. He's going to get in contact with Harley Quinn. He does have adaptable, and at the beginning of the round, I did give him +1 attack. Whoops, I've just knocked over a model there. So he's going to fire his big mace at Harley Quinn. So we're gonna roll that, and we'll see how well she can stand up to it. Okay, so Clayface is going to attack Harley Quinn. He does actually have a 1 inch reach on his weapon, so he's slightly out of range. It's just hopefully I'm going to be moving Two-Face later. I'm hoping to stay within 4 inches. So he has 3 attack. It's a bloodstone weapon with overwhelming, which allows him, which gives -1 to the defense. Harley Quinn herself is being outnumbered right now. She's in base contact with 1 other model, so that means she's got an additional -1 to her defense. Are you going to effort any defense?
I'm not.
Okay, I'm going to effort 3 times for the attack. So I'm going to be rolling a Joker dice in the pool here. The black dice is the strength die, and the Joker dice is just a normal attack die. So I'm trying to beat 2s.
3.
Let's see. Is her defense not 4?
It's 4, and you're trying to beat 3.
Trying to beat 2s. You've got -2 to your attack.
I've got -1.
Oh yes, of course. You're gonna roll. You're gonna -1 to your defense rolls. So this is a really poor roll, I think. I've got 1, 2. So I'm trying to be 4s. Yeah, pretty sad roll. Pretty sad roll. So I'm. Oh, that's of course. I have overwhelming, which allows me to re-roll failed hits. So I'm gonna take out the strength die, so I get to re-roll all of these. Okay, so Harley has 3 dice to roll because she's got -1 due to being outnumbered, and she's going to take -1 on her rolls. So she's trying to be 3, so that is 1 defense. So that knocks off this. So that is 3 go through. So that is 3 blood, 3 stun. So not amazing from Clayface, but not the worst. Okay, and during Clayface's activation, we're going to play 2 faces of the coin, which is to have an equal number of friendly suspect markers in play. And that will instead put out the gamble. That is going to be kind of hard to play. I've got to get a two different friendly models inside the opponent's deployment zone. Well, so who are you going to be activating then?
I am going to activate probably Deadshot. Or was that guy activated down there?
No, he has not.
Okay, I'm going to activate Deadshot then.
Sure, no problem at all.
And Deadshot will shoot with his assault rifle. I believe he is within 16 inches of that guy.
Yep.
Do you want to measure?
No, that's fine.
Okay. So he's going to be shooting at that guy down there.
Sure.
He will have cover because he's not within 8 inches.
Yep.
So that's -1 die.
Yeah, we'll go into the dice pool in a moment, so we'll come back to that now. Okay, so what is your dice pool then?
My dice pool, all modifiers counted, is 4.
Okay, sure. That's no problem at all. And you're trying to hit 2 ups then?
I am indeed.
My defense is 3, you get +1. So go ahead then, give it a roll.
Okay.
Oh.
That is all hits.
That is all hits. So how much blood damage is that? That's 2, 4, 6, 8 blood and 4 stun. So even with the hardened rule that gangsters have, which allow them to change one damage from one to the other, unfortunately it's not going to cut it. And Gangster 3 is actually dead, which is pretty devastating for me. It's not looking good. It's really not looking good. Yeah. Okay, and then what's Deadshot going to do now?
Deadshot will keep moving.
Sure.
Here, I believe that will give him cover.
Okay, that's...
from any shots coming in this direction.
Sure. Okay, no problem at all. And now I'll have to think about what I'm going to do, because that guy was going to be my next activation, and now he's dead. Oh, this is not looking good for me. Okay, so I'm going to activate Gangster 2 with the shotgun. Unfortunately, he did not get an audacity marker. He is going to move 8 inches, like so. So he's going to move out to here. And he's going to place a suspect marker. I've pre-measured this, so I do know that it's outside of range of that other one.
Mm-hmm.
It is, however, within 4 inches of a sewer. And that will allow me to play Closing Argument. Now, what Closing Argument does is when a friendly model places a suspect marker, I roll 1d6. I place a counter matching the roll on 2 friendly suspect markers within 4 inches of a sewer or a lamppost. And at the end of each model's activation, the counters count down, and once it gets 0, it scores. So I'm going to choose this one here. I don't think there's any real way for the Joker to prevent me from scoring it if I pick that one. I'm going to pick that one. And I think I'm going to pick this one over here. So, okay, I'm going to roll the dice, see how long it lasts, and come back. Okay, and I'm going to roll now. Let's see. I got a 5. So, it's going to last for 5 rounds. Okay, so I've played Closing Argument, and I'm replacing that now with... Oh no, it's the gamble. 2 of these. I knew that placing this card in my deck would be a gamble, because I don't think I'm going to be able to score it, and I think they're actually going to club me up a little bit. Okay, so it's on to you, Joker.
Okay, I will decide what to do once I've seen an 8-inch measurement.
Sure, no problem at all. We'll just measure that and come back. Okay, so who are you going to activate?
I'm going to activate Fub 2.
Okay, and just before you do that, I'm going to play the gamble as a resource. How this works is you're... Oh, never mind. I have to do it during a friendly models activation. So, yeah. So okay. Go ahead then.
So, I don't believe he's within range of any... He might be able to move to base contact with this.
No, he's nowhere. I don't think he's close to it.
No.
Yeah.
I'm too used to detectives. Okay, so he's there. Mm-hmm. He will then activate... It doesn't look fresh.
Okay, so he's going to put down a Joker fish?
Yes, he will.
That's no problem at all, so pop it on down. There you go. Sure, that's no problem at all. And you're going to draw another card. Are you going to do anything else?
No.
Sure.
Well, I'm going to on my card.
Sure,
but
no
that's
problem.
What he can do, yes.
Okay, so how the Joker fish functions is that if this is still here by the end of the round, then the Joker will score 2 points. Okay, so I'm going to activate Two-Face. And Two-Face, I think, is just going to shoot. So I'm going to activate my ranged attack modifier. Actually, first of all, I'm just going to have a look through my resource cards, see if I want to play any of those. So I'll be right back. And I'm going to actually play heads or heads as a resource. This will allow me to place a suspect marker in contact with Thug 1. Actually, no. Do you know what? Let's place it here. I don't believe that it has to obey the normal rules.
It doesn't usually. No.
Yeah. So I'm going to place that there. And then I'm going to open fire on Thug 1 with my Tommy gun. And so we'll get into the dice pool now. Okay, so I'm going to roll my dice now. There's no cover. It's within range. So there's no line of sight issues or anything like that. So it's just his rate of fire 3 on a strength die. Oh, pretty bad. Pretty bad roll.
Ding, ding, ding!
Actually, not yet. I'm going to actually play a resource. I can't. I've already played a resource card this hand. So yeah, Joker-O-Matic will go off. Okay, let us have a look at that and then we will come back to it. Okay, so that is 2 blood and 1 stun, 2 blood, 1 stun. So that's 4 blood and 2 stun altogether. Does Thug 1 survive?
He dies.
Okay, so Thug 1 dies. Now, Joker-O-Matic, the Harley Quinn card went off. In order to score that, basically any model within 4 inches, if they roll 2 1s, the natural result of any dice pool, then she is able to immediately perform an attack against the model within melee. So if you want to roll your dice pool then against Two-Face.
More specifically, she teleports within attack range of Two-Face, so she's going to move here.
Okay, so she's actually going to move around. Sure, that's no problem at all. Two-Face, I just realised, has enervating 1, but we're going to have to flip a coin to see whether or not he can take an effort, because that might actually be relevant now. Okay, Glenn, if you want to do the honours then. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Twisted. Okay. So that means then that I'm enervating 2 now. So I actually... Ooh, it's going to be rough. So, whoops. I'm enervating 2. Am I going to effort? I think I will effort once.
Then I will effort myself.
Okay, that's no problem at all. So, if you want to roll then, see how many you hit, you're trying to get 4s?
Yes, I will take a black die for my strength.
Sure, no problem at all. So, you're trying to get 4 ups?
Mm-hmm.
So, that is
2 criticals.
Yep, so the 2 strength die have critted. That is a 5, that's a 6. And do you get any pluses to this roll? No?
No.
Okay, so you do hit, so you will score Joker-O-Matic.
Mm-hmm.
These 2 will automatically go through. That's 4 stun and Two-Face will be knocked down. And these 2 I'm going to have to roll a defense against. So I'm going to roll my 2 white dice. Or rather my 4 white dice. I'm trying to beat 4s.
4s.
Well, you would have been able to score Joker-O-Matic again.
Yeah.
That is really sad. And it wasn't even binary. So that is 2, 4, 6, 8 stun damage on Two-Face, and actually that is
knocks him 4 inches forward.
It's Two-Face is knocked out
Oh.
because he efforted once,
Of course.
and he's taken 6. His willpower 7 overall. He's knocked, into the toxic sludge. Okay, we're gonna come back in a moment. Okay, so Clayface actually spent an effort in order to take those hits. For Two-Face, he has a bodyguard, so he can spend an effort instead. His defense is 4, so that was the roll that we got. And Clayface then is desensitized, so he's not knocked out, but he is hurting quite a bit. He's got some health left. He's got 3 health left. So we're going to see now, we're going to go back to the Joker.
I am going to activate this guy.
Are you going to activate there?
With guns.
Oh, okay. So Thug 4 is going to activate.
Yes, and he is going to, as a single action, let them do their thing.
Sure.
And he's going to reveal this.
Yep.
And try to push it towards the Joker.
Okay, no problem at all. So you're choosing that direction. Okay, we're going to roll 2 dice and we'll come back to see if it scores. Okay, so do you want to roll 2 dice?
12.
12 inches. Let's see where that goes.
Right onto the Joker.
So 12 inches will lead right on top of the Joker. Let's see where the template marker places that. So
Right on these two.
yep, so it hits Thug 6 and the Joker. And I believe it deals 2 stun damage to each of them.
It does indeed.
Okay, so you're going to score, let them do their thing?
Yes, I am.
No problem at all. At this stage, I have no one left to activate. Oh, I've got Sergio. Okay. And are you going to be moving Thug forward at all?
I can't.
Ah, he didn't have an audacity.
He was 12 inches from the Joker.
Ah, sure, no problem at all. Okay, so I'm going to play Sergio, and I'm going to play the Gamble as a resource, which means that during my activation, my opponent must name one of their objective cards and draw the top card of their objective deck. If the card named does not match the card drawn, I may choose an enemy model, and he immediately suffers enervating 1. So I'm going to choose, or sorry, what card do you think is at the top of your deck?
Oh, that's a good question.
Just give it a name and let's go.
Disturbance.
Okay, so go ahead, draw. What card is it?
Oh, the $1 million shot.
So unfortunately,
So do I draw this into my hand and
Yep.
then discard something?
Yep, exactly. So you get to choose which to discard. I'm going to choose Harley Quinn. So she's going to suffer -1 enervating.
Okay.
Then Sergio is going to shoot at the Joker. Oh, he can't see the Joker, unfortunately. So instead, he's going to shoot at Thug 6.
Well, I thought he just shot Harley.
No, he's going to shoot Thug 6. Actually, let me have a think about it. Okay, so Sergio's going to activate actually, and he's going to shoot at Harley Quinn. Just because she actually won't be able to effort. I was just avoiding the acrobat skill. But let's have a wee shot at her and see what it goes. So Sergio had an audacity. So he's going to use that to activate his good aim, which gives him +1 on these rolls, basically. The black is the strength die, the white is a normal die. And so the strength die hits, and the 3 is a 4. So
Harley is killed.
So Harley is shot. She takes 6 blood damage, and Harley's removed off the board. I really wish that mattered, but unfortunately, as Two-Face, I'm on my good side, so I can't score anything off that. And then how the reload function works for the gang members is that basically he's not going to be able to shoot next turn. So I'm just going to turn the ammo marker over to remind me of that. Okay, we're going to go into the Joker's next activation. So.
Okay. So for my...
And then these... Count down 1 more. Okay, so who are you going to activate here then?
I'm going to activate the guy with the chainsaw.
Okay, sure, no problem at all. So if you want to give him a move up then?
Going to move just up here and can't really do anything else.
Sure, that's no problem at all. I have no one else really to activate.
But he could always next turn just run right towards Two-Face and chainsaw.
Yeah, I just realized that I never moved Two-Face at the end of his activation because Clayface bodyguarded him and I forgot to move him. That's actually really bad. I wanted to be in Inspire range.
Oh.
That's devastating.
You've made too many mistakes.
I've made a critical error. Okay, and who else are you going to activate now? I'm out of activations.
Yes, and now I'm going to move the Joker and his bodyguard. You're out of activation, so the Joker will move here. He will use the last audacity.
Sure.
Issue a kill them order to the guy with the chainsaw.
Sure. And by the way, after the chainsaw guy went, this would have moved down to 1.
And,
sure.
Yeah. And then his... Oh, wait. Oh, that's not Joker. And then the bodyguard will move here.
Yep.
I keep thinking they're attached, and he can't actually do much else, but he'll move there.
Sure, no problem at all. That means then that after his activation, these number counters have gone down to 0, which means I score closing argument. So that is a 3-pointer. I'm able to score that. Okay. And is that you done with your activations?
It is. I scored my fish.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so we're going to go into scores then. So the Joker fish was indeed not removed. That is all of the cards. Is there any you haven't turned 4 to score?
I have not. No,
Sure, that's no
all.
problem at all. Okay, so for phase 4, I'm going to try and recover Clayface. I think I erroneously mentioned earlier that he has desensitized. He does not have desensitized, so he's just knocked out at the minute. So I'm rolling 2 dice, and he has Clay Body, which gives him a -1 to this roll. So that means he's rolled a 5 overall, which means that he does beat his endurance of... So he has a endurance of 6 on his core card. But Clay Body does give him an additional endurance. So, yeah, not sure if you combine them or not. Not really relevant right now. But that does mean that Clayface is up at the minute, if a little bit knocked out, or injured rather. Okay, and this is how the battlefield looks at the end of round 2. Unfortunately, Sergio has fired this round, so he's reloading. Clayface has taken a lot of damage. Two-Face has taken a lot of damage. I've lost 2 of my very expensive, very strong gangsters who haven't been able to do much. And Gangster 2 is the only one left. He's armed with a shotgun. He should hopefully be able to get a good round off next turn. Unfortunately, I forgot to move Two-Face, which will actually really matter because that means that this guy's no longer in Inspire range. But I don't think that now is the time for Inspire. Now is the time to kill. My problem is that I have mulliganed at the end of phase 4 of round 2, and I haven't been able to draw any of my cards that will allow me to go fishing in my deck for the twisted side. So even if I get any kills here, I'm not going to be rewarded for it. Now, I did manage to score 2 sides of the coin because I have an even number of cards. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a low scoring game in any case. But we're going to come into round 3, phase 1, and take the lead in just a moment. Okay, so we're just going to roll for take the lead now in round 3. And I didn't get it. I had +3 to this roll. Doesn't matter. All right, now we're just going to assign Audacity markers. Okay, so what Audacity markers are you going to assign then?
Deadshot.
So you're going to assign for Deadshot?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to assign mine to Two-Face, Gangster 2, Clayface, Gangster 7. Basically, the last of my guys that are still alive. I'm going to assign it to them. Okay, and then we're going to go into phase 3.
Okay, then. I think I'll activate Deadshot.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to shoot Clayface.
Okay, no problem at all. So we'll get into that roll now. Okay, so you're going to be shooting a Clayface, and Clayface does have adaptable, and he did take a defense marker. So you're trying to hit. He's got 5 defense, and you're trying to...
Force.
Okay, force because you get +1.
Strength die, which is a 2+.
Sure, go ahead then. Okay.
And that is 1, 2, 3. That was terrible.
That was a really bad roll, but I think it's all that matters. So
it's all that matters.
So you deal, let's see. So bear in mind that I convert all of my blood damage into stun damage.
From ranged attacks?
Yep, from ranged attacks with Clay Body. And I ignore 2 stun.
Correct. So
you deal
2, 4, 6.
2, 4, 6 stun, that'll knock him out.
Which allows me to score $1 million shot.
Okay, and so you only need to knock out in order to do that?
Yes. Make an enemy model with leader, sidekick, or free agent, KO, or remove his casualty later.
Awesome. Sure, that's no problem at all. Okay, so I'm going to activate Sergio here. There's not a lot I can do, to be honest. There's a really nice shot that Gangster 2 could make. The problem is that all it's going to do is deal a lot of damage and score no points. So instead, I'm going to keep trying to play for the win, even though it's not looking too hot for Two-Face right now. And I'm going to activate Sergio. And he is in Inspire range. So he's going to move like so up to here. And we previously measured this. This is just out of range of it's outside of 2 inches of the deployment zone. He's going to place another suspect marker, like so. That's also outside of 4 inches of that other suspect marker. And what that allows me to do is I'm going to play Closing Argument. And basically, when a friendly model, I've played this before, when a friendly model places on a suspect marker, I'm going to roll a dice, and we're going to see 2 suspect markers. I'm going to put a number counter beside those. So I'm going to go do that now. Okay, so I'm going to roll a die now to see how long the counters are in for. So they're in for 3 rounds, 3 activations. That's not bad. Okay, so I'm going to place a number counter beside this one. And I'm going to place a number counter beside this one as well. Now, the problem is that neither of these are inaccessible to the Joker gang, so they will be able to remove them if they really want to, but that means then it should relieve a little bit of pressure on the rest of my crew, so they won't be able to do stuff. And I'm going to draw a card now. And I have drawn the Twisted card. So that means that Closing Argument can no longer score. Because my good card is going to get replaced by the Twisted card. I have to discard the good card, and I do get to draw another card. And I've drawn Time Bomb. Boy, I really wish I had the Twisted card at the beginning of this activation. Oh, why are you so mad, Two-Face? Why are you so mad?
I am going to make a very quick measurement.
Sure.
That doesn't matter. I'm going to activate the guy with the chainsaw.
Okay, sure.
And I'll see if he's in range of Two-Face. He looks out of charge range there, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to run at this guy.
Sure.
He is going to attack him with a chainsaw.
Okay, no problem at all. So we'll make a roll for that. So just to note, I did have heads or heads. That if I had have been on the Twisted side at the beginning of my activation, I would have been able to shoot with Sergio. But because he had reload, he wasn't able to shoot. It's just very frustrating. I've just not gotten the coin I need this round. Okay, so you're attacking Gangster 2 then, and I will be efforting 3 times to defend. Are you going to be efforting on your attack?
I will be efforting 3 times.
Okay, so my defense is 3. So what's your dice pool?
It's 5 dice and 3+ on all of them.
Okay, including the strength?
And including the strength, and it rerolls.
Sure, no problem at all. So let's see. Can I survive?
That is 3.
So that's 1, 2. So that's okay. And your weapon deals 3 blood damage, right?
It
so
does.
Okay, I need
3+.
Yeah. Okay, so I do knock these 2 off, but the strength die does get through. So that will be 3 blood dealt to Gangster 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and is he going to be doing anything else?
Yes, he's going to remove your suspect marker.
Sure, no problem.
Scoring so long it's been a gas.
Okay. So with that then, I get to... Or sorry, there is
I get to choose one of my models, and they get an intervening 2 effect.
Okay, and you place a
Yes.
suspect?
Oh, I place a friendly suspect marker with it, yes.
Okay, so let's pick on that then. We'll come back for that. Okay, and who are you going to place that suspect marker down on then?
I'm going to choose this guy over here.
Thug 4. Sure, no problem at all. So it's my activation then. I have moved the number counters down. I'm going to activate Gangster 2. And with Gangster 2, I'm going to take an action that might be a little bit surprising. So rather than fire my shotgun off and deal 2 blood damage to loads of guys, I'm instead going to punch Thug 3 with my fists.
That makes sense.
Sure. So I'm just going to get my dice pool together for that, and we'll come back. Okay, so I'm going to roll my dice pool now. Will you be efforting defense?
I can't.
Yep, I will effort once, and using hardened, I'm going to convert that into a blood automatically. So I'm rolling 4 dice, and I'm trying to be 2s on those. Oh, man.
I think your strength die goes through, so there's no point me even rolling.
Yeah, my strength die does go through. It's a 5 up, so that will be 1 stun damage.
Which is enough to knock him out.
Which is enough to knock him out. Okay, and because I managed to knock out Thug 3 with Gangster 2, I'm now going to play Time Bomb. And Time Bomb, basically I choose 2 suspect markers and place a template over those. They have to be my own suspect markers. And if they hit any enemy targets, they will score me the card. So I'm going to place this one so it hits Deadshot. I'm going to choose this one so it hits nobody. There's no other real one that I can pick. So that means the Deadshot will suffer 1 blood damage from that explosion, and I will score Time Bomb.
And also, because my guy was knocked out, I'm going to score the 1 point you're expendable.
Sure, that's no problem at all. And then I'm going to move Gangster 2, I think. Let me have a think about that. Okay, so I'm just going to move Gangster 2. He's going to move just to be around here, basically. He's going to come around to the old dent office that has now fallen in disrepair. All right, what are you going to do now then? Okay, and just as the Joker activates, I'm going to play 2 Makes This Better. And I'm going to spend a resource in order to search through my deck for a coin card. Okay, so you're going to be activating the Joker. There was a brief moment there where we thought that you could play the Showtime card before we remembered that it had to be done on phase 1. Okay, so what's Joker going to do then on his activation?
Joker is going to shoot at Two-Face.
Sure, that's no problem at all. So we're going to get that dice pulled together and come back to you. Okay, so because of the fact that he's shooting out of his short range and through cover, your dice pool is 1.
It's 1.
And you're trying to beat 4s.
I'm trying to beat 4.
Okay, so give us a roll. Sad.
Wah, wah.
Okay, so you've shot, you've missed. What else are you going to do then?
I'm going to give a kill them order to Fog 6.
Sure, and then are you going to move or anything?
Yep,
or
I'm going to move so that I will be... Let's see, what's within 8 inches of Big Bad Harv?
Okay. I don't know why you want to be within...
Well, because I might want to shoot him at some point.
Fair enough.
I think if I move to here, should be close. Yeah, that'll be
Okay.
basically close enough to keep my bodyguard in range and to be within shooting range of Harvey if he doesn't move.
Sure, that's no problem at all. I'm going to now have a wee think about what I want to... Oh, sorry, actually. No, I'm not, because closing argument scores. Remove those number counters. So, whew, thank God I managed to find my good side of my coin. Flipped enough times, it comes up what you want. Okay, and I'm just going to pass then from activation. So what is it you're going to do then?
I'm going to activate the Joker's bodyguard.
Sure, no problem at all.
And I'm going to move him to here. And that's one of your suspect markers.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to remove it.
Sure.
And score so long as it's been a gas.
Sure, no problem at all. And where are you going to pop down your other suspect marker? Okay, so who are you going to choose then?
I'm going to choose this guy.
Okay.
He's already got enervating.
So
Can it stack above 3?
Yeah, it'll go up to... No, it just goes up to 3.
Okay.
Just for anyone who's confused, how that works is I've been assured by experts that basically you, as long as it's been a gas, you reveal an enemy suspect marker, and then you have to choose one of your guys and place a suspect marker down beside them, and they gain enervating too. If you cannot, if it's not a legal sort of placement, you can still choose that model, but you just can't place the actual suspect marker, but you still suffer enervating too. So that's how we've interpreted it. That's how I've been told to interpret it. Okay, so during the Thug 6 round, I'm going to play Kill Them Twice as a resource. And that basically will allow me to find the twisted card, the coin in my deck, which I know is on the bottom. Yep. Okay, so who do you have left to activate?
I have Fug 5, I think. This one with the guns and the one with the shotgun.
Okay, so I'm just going to have a wee think then, see whether or not I want to use another pass marker, or whether or not I do indeed want to activate. Okay, and I'm just going to activate Two-Face then. So first things first, flip a coin. Let's see. Does it get enervating 1 or...
Free effort.
Yay! Finally! That's good, because Two-Face will now be running forward. We have pre-measured this. So he is able to reach... Whoops. Deadshot in melee. And so I'm just gonna basically punch Deadshot. So Two-Face has had enough of this. His guys have all been dying around him. He's just gonna punch this guy. Alright, so we're gonna go to this roll now. Okay, so are you gonna effort your defense?
I'm going to go full effort.
Right, so I did get a free effort. Unfortunately, I was enervating. Yeah, I was enervating 2. So I have been reduced down by 2 of my dice pool. So I am on 4s. I had 4 rather. So now I'm down to 2 and a strength die. And I'm trying to be 4? Or 3? Trying to be 3. So that is 1, 2, 3. I'm actually going to play Time Bomb as a resource here.
Do you have the resources for that?
Yeah, I've got one resource left.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend that in order to bring this 1, or rather this 3, up to a 4. Because my strength die is actually 4+ that I'm trying to hit it on. So I'm gonna, yep, so that is 2 go through. You're gonna have to roll your defense then.
Unblockable.
Yep, 1's unblockable. So do you want to roll your defense?
Yep, just 1 damage.
So unfortunately, that has blocked one of my dice. That's really unfortunate because that's prevented me from scoring heads or heads, which is a friendly model inflicts at least 4 damage on an enemy model that has an audacity marker. So I was not able to score. Okay, so what is it you're going to activate then?
Activating the guy with the 2 guns.
Sure.
He's going to take an audacity, move here, and I don't think it's worth moving, shooting, all that stuff. So
sure.
He's just going to drop a smelly fish.
Oh, very nice. So you're playing a fish marker. Yes. That's no problem at all. Okay, and who are you going to activate now then?
Finally, I'm going to activate the guy with the shotgun.
Sure, that's no problem at all. So what's he going to do?
He has an 8-inch move. Mm-hmm. He's going to just walk. Watch my. He could.
Do you want to think about it? We'll come back.
I know what I'm doing. I'm going to move him so that he's in base contact with Two-Face.
Sure.
But able to put a suspect marker here, which is 4 inches away from the others, but just.
Okay, so you're just going to place a suspect marker down there.
I'm going to play it as Bite the Dust.
Okay.
A pair of teeth.
Sure, that's no problem at all. So you're playing Bite the Dust. Okay, we're going to go to a roll then to see how long that lasts. Okay, so give us a roll.
5.
Okay, so I have no cards to score. Do you have any to score at the end of the phase?
I will score. It doesn't look fresh.
Certainly.
And also stick to the plan.
Okay, so we'll phase 4 then. You're going to score, stick to the plan. I have no cards to score on phase 4. But I will mulligan, I think. So I'm just going to have a look through my cards and see what I'm going to swap around. Okay, so I'm going to replace the Balance of Justice, I think. Put that in my discard. And I'm going to draw a new card. And I have drawn the good side. So that is a real bummer because I really wanted to place the other Balance of Justice I have down. Unfortunately, I do not. It's going to get discarded as well. And then at least I get a good side card, which is place a friendly suspect marker down. I think I can do that. Okay. Okay, and I'm just going to roll to see if Two-Face gets up. 6, 7, 8, -1, brings him down to 7. Unfortunately, I think rules as written, it feels like the upgrade doesn't count for him, the +4 endurance, so his endurance of 6, he's not able to get up. That's very, very sad. So he's still KO'd. That's a bummer. Okay, and you're going to roll for Thug 3, see if he gets back up.
Yes.
So go give us a roll.
No.
No, he does not, so he stays down. Well, that's thank the Lord for small mercies. Okay, so now we're into round 4, phase 1. So we're just going to both roll. I have a +2 to this. Mm-hmm. So let's see what I get. I get a 1 again. I've rolled a 1, I think, every single initiative this game.
I think you have for a lot of them.
Yeah, so you're going first again. Okay, and you're going to play Showtime then at round 1?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's no problem at all.
And I'll pull them into the Joker.
Yes, sure. Okay, so you're going to work out the measurements for that. You're going to see what you can pull in. That's fine. We're going to go into phase 2 in a second, so we'll come back for that. Okay, so you're just going to roll the dice then. See, it's a D3 +2. Yep. See how many rounds it lasts and how many you pick up.
3.
So you've rolled a 2, so that's 1 + 2 is 3.
Result, I think you've only got 2 in range.
Yeah, okay. So, yep, you're going to pull those in.
This one is. Let's check.
Okay, sure. No problem at all. We'll check and we'll come back. Okay, so you've just drawn, you have to play Showtime, and then you've drawn Die Hard.
Die Hard, yes.
So you're just going to play Die Hard then? Mm-hmm. And what model are you going to choose?
I am going to choose the fellow with the shotgun.
Okay, sure, no problem at all. Mm-hmm. So how Die Hard functions is basically Glenn has chosen a model, and if he is dead by the end of the round, he does not get to score Die Hard. If he's still alive, then he does get to score Die Hard. And I think I'm pretty hard pressed to prevent him. But sure, that's no problem at all. So we'll see what happens, and we're going to go into the raise the plan. phase now. Okay, so for phase 2, raise the plan. Who's gotten your audacity markers?
My audacity marker has gone to Deadshot.
Sure, and I have just placed an audacity marker on my surviving guys. And during phase 2, as much as I'm on the good side of the coin, but I can still play the balance of justice, which requires me to get an even number of models as casualties removed this round. I can't score it so long as I'm in the good side, but I can still play it. So I'm just gonna use that draw card. And for my note, I have drawn Time Bomb, which is a twisted card, which is a real problem because I'm on the good side. I do get my 3 resources back, so that's good. And who are you going to activate then?
I think I'll go for the Joker.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay, sure, that's no problem at all.
So, Joker is, I think, first of all, he's going to shoot a gun at Harvey. There's no penalty shooting into melee.
No, there's no penalty shooting into melee, but there will be cover, of course.
There is cover, yeah. So that means that...
Sure, we'll work out the dice pool now then. Okay, so that is a dice pool of 2, so you've got no strength die, but let's see if you can beat 4s.
I just don't like letting ammo counters go to waste.
Oh.
They went to waste there.
Not actually. He did take 3 blood from this because he has 4 defense, but he is outnumbered.
I think that only applies in hand.
Let us double check that, and then we'll come back to see whether or not he suffered 3 blood or not. Okay, so we've just double checked that, and actually it is. It's only for melee attacks, so both of them whiff. So you missed both shots. And then what's Joker going to do next?
Joker is going to give a kill them order to this guy.
Okay, sure. So he's going to do a kill them. They have to be within 4 inches, remember?
Oh, then he'll do it on his bodyguard.
Sure, that's no problem at all. So you're going to give 2 damage markers to those. And is Joker going to be moving?
Joker's not. He has to stay where he is.
Okay, that's excellent. So I'm going to activate now then. Okay, so I'm going to activate Gangster 2. And during his activation, I'm going to play, to make this better, for a single resource. That will allow me to search my deck for a new coin. And I'm going to do that now. Okay, and then I'm going to move within 8 inches. I'm going to move here against Chainsaw Thug. And I'm going to punch Chainsaw Thug.
Okay.
So we're going to come to that dice pool now. Okay, so I've played Gangster 2. I'm going to run in. I'm going to punch Thug 3, who's actually on the ground. He's knocked out, so he has -1 to his defense. I've efforted twice to try and guarantee this. I'm trying to get 2-ups. I do get a lot of 2-ups. I think this is basically... Yep, so that's...
What's your strength?
I missed with my strength. So that's 4 hits I've gone through. You've got 1 die to roll to defend.
Yep, I need a 3+, I believe.
Actually, do you know what I'm going to do before you do that? It doesn't matter. I've played a coin on my activation. I played a resource, so I can't play another. So go ahead then. So
that's a fail.
So that's a 2-up. That's a fail, which means that
you kick him to death as he's on the ground.
Okay.
Batman's a kids show.
And because of that, Time Bomb. I'm going to score Time Bomb. It's going to blow up 2 suspect markers, which is going to be the 2 beside the Joker there.
Okay.
That one, let me just actually measuring. I'm going to measure this here because this really matters. Okay, so it's going to be, we're going to go for this one, and we're going to see, does it hit? It actually hits Deadshot, so Deadshot's going to take a blood. Joker's going to take a blood. Then the second one's going to go for Joker as well, but you can only take 1 blood damage, I think, from templates in a single.
They're 2 separate templates.
That's true. Yeah, so Joker's going to take 2 blood, and Deadshot's going to take 1 blood then, and those 2 markers actually get removed. And because we haven't done this yet, I'm just going to explain it. So Two-Face has something called blood money. And what blood money allows you to do is you get to spend them. For every 2 gangsters you have, you get a blood money. I have 5 gangsters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that means that I've got 2 blood money. I'm going to spend 1 of them now. And whenever blood money is spent, a gangster may move and make a ranged attack, but suffering -1. And the ranged weapons gain the light roll. That's for the model that's activated. However, crucially, when the model performs an attack action, I get to pick another friendly model with the gangster trait and immediately place it 4 inches from its original position. So because Two-Face has the gangster trait, I'm going to place him 4 inches away.
Okay.
And you can imagine where it's out of the scrum, basically. I'm going to try and get Two-Face out of there. So I'm going to do that now, and we'll come back. Okay, so I've scored Time Bomb, and that is my activation. So what is it you're going to do?
I'm very confused. I think there's something you forgot, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to activate Deadshot, and I'm going to shoot Two-Face, who can now be shot because he's not in melee range.
Oh yeah, I did forget about that shot. I thought he'd activate it. I basically my only hope was to try and yeah, sure, that's no problem at all. Okay, so just FYI, we forgot to move the Joker teeth, so we just moved it through all its activations there. Okay, so Deadshot, you're going to shoot at Two-Face. You get to ignore cover, and yeah, so give us a roll. Let's see. You're trying to get 4 ups on your normal dice, and then
3 with Deadshot.
Sure, no problem at all. So give it a roll. That is 1, 2, 3 hits and a crit. So let's see. So that's 2, 4, 6 blood, 8 blood, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 stun. So I think that might be Two-Face is still alive.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, not bad. And unfortunately, I was not able to prevent Showtime from going off. I got close though. I got close. So yep, that counts down to 0. And then the Joker teeth move towards Deadshot. Okay, so you're going to roll the Joker teeth. Rolls 1 inches towards Two-Face. Or, sorry, no, towards Deadshot, yeah. Okay, and you're just going to spend Bite the Dust as a resource to get it out of your hands. Sure, no problem at all. Okay, and I'm going to activate Two-Face now. And I'm just going to open fire on the Joker. Oh, this should be gone. Here. I'm just going to shoot the Joker and, you know, for a bit of fun. Okay, so Two-Face is going to shoot his Tommy gun at Joker. Not content to simply, you know, just lose. So let's see. We're trying to get 4s. Wow.
That's a lot of 1s.
Sorry, I just need to, like, revel in this for a second. This is 3 1s. 3 1s I've rolled. I need to get 3 ups. I need to deal 4 damage in order to score heads or heads. And I wasn't able to score 4 damage. This Tommy gun deals 2 blood, 1 stun for every single hit. Disgusting.
So that's 2 blood,
Disgusting.
1 stun on the Joker?
Yep, 2 blood, 1 stun. Okay, so after that very sad attempt at shooting, even with the plus, even with the plus 1s, I'm going to move. I'm going to run for it. Two-Face is out of here. It's not looking good for the old boy. He's going to run away. Two-Face isn't one of those villains that is foolish enough to stick around when he knows there's trouble. And then I'm going to spend a blood money to move Gaetano here, or Sergio as he's known. I'm going to move him up. He's going to move up to about here.
And
okay, so that is Sergio. He's going to move there. He's going to be my last model to activate. But first of all, we're going to see what the Joker wants to do. Okay, and so before the end of Two-Face's turn, you're going to play a resource card. You're going to play, what card is it?
I'm going to play Let Them In on the Joke to detonate the Joker team.
Sure, that reduces this number counter by 2.
To 0.
To 0, so it immediately explodes.
Detonates when it hits 0.
Yeah, and it's gonna hit Gangster too. So he immediately suffers a blood damage.
Yep.
And let me just double check his health. He's got 6 endurance, so he's okay. Let's see here. So
he just gets to take it as stun anyway.
It's all. It doesn't really matter.
No.
And it does get removed after it's scored. Okay, so who's going to activate?
This guy will activate and he'll shoot Two-Face.
He's going to shoot Two-Face. Sure.
Yeah, you know,
no problem.
There's no purpose to it.
Okay, sure, no problem. Okay, so your dice pool is 2 out of range and a bit of cover there. So let's see, give us a roll. You're trying to beat 4s.
That's a miss.
So you miss with both of them. Okay.
And because he has gunman, he's going to make a second attack and shoot Two-Face again.
Sure, no problem at all.
And that's a miss.
Okay, that's no problem at all. So that is going to be my activation now then. Okay, so for my next activation, I'm going to activate Sergio. And he is going to basically activate his precise aim, which means that he'll be able to shoot at the Joker with +1, and he won't be able to move, but that's fine because he doesn't plan on moving, so he's just going to shoot the Joker. Okay, so there's no cover here. Joker's within line of sight. He's beside a light source, and it's within 16 inches. The gun itself he's firing is accurate, so this is overall I'm getting +2 to my rolls.
Okay.
Okay, so the black is strength. Okay, so that is 6 blood.
I think that kills Joker. His bodyguard could activate, but whatever.
Sure.
He
Excellent.
won't. Joker gets taken out.
Okay, that's great because that will actually score me heads or heads, which means a friendly model inflicts at least 4 damage on an enemy model that has an audacity marker. Okay, so that is Two-Face out of activation, so no more tricks up my sleeve. What is the Joker going to do then? You've got free reign.
Well, with Joker out of action, Deadshot, the new boss.
Okay, sure.
I'm going to activate this guy,
Sure.
and he is going to move
Sure. 8 inches?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have to see if he can catch Two-Face before I
Sure.
decide. He will go for Two-Face.
Okay, no problem at all.
And he has a bit of a vengeance here.
Sure, that's no problem. So we're gonna roll for that. Okay, so the Thug 6, he has a baseball bat, deals 1 stun damage. That means I'm not going to effort, and you're going to effort 3 times then during the attack?
Yes.
Sure, so that's giving you 3 extra dice. Your attack is 3, my defense is 4, but you have 2 attack markers as well that the Joker gave you from Kill Them. So it means you're rolling an additional 2 dice, so plus 5 dice overall, trying to get 4s that you re-roll because the baseball bat has handy. So let's see what happens then. So do you want to give us a roll?
Okay, 8 dice.
Yep. Wow, okay. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. So you do get +1 to your strength because it's heavy, but that doesn't that misses. So you get to re-roll those 4 dice. You're looking for 4 ups. Oh, pretty good. So you get another 2, 3. Okay. So that's no problem at all. I'm gonna roll my defense now. Okay, so I'm gonna roll my defense. And I got I'm trying to beat 3s.
2.
So I beat 2. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
so
No.
oh sorry, oh you've already. Okay, so Two-Face takes 5 stun damage. That actually will knock him out. So Two-Face isn't getting away. Okay, who are you gonna activate next?
There's still an action.
Okay.
Free poison fish.
Okay, so you're gonna place a suspect marker?
Enough that
Sure.
there's nothing around.
Yep, okay, no problem at all. So you place down a poison fish. Sure. Okay. Okay, so you've placed a poison fish then. Who are you going to activate next?
And then I will activate the last guy, Fug 2.
Yep.
And he is just within 4 of Deadshot.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to move somewhere off here. Mm-hmm. Or some. Oh, no, sorry, he can't. He actually has to do something more reasonable. Mm-hmm. He's going to move here and reveal this suspect marker.
Sure, no problem at all.
Which will allow him to score so long as being a gas.
Okay, that's no problem at all. Sure. So, and is that your last activation?
That's my last activation.
Sure. Okay, that's no problem. So we're gonna go in. We'll see what cards have been scored at the end of phase 3, and then we'll go into phase 4 recount, and then we'll see who's won. So at the end of phase 3, Joker will score. It doesn't look fresh. I was never able to prevent his fish. That's fine. I do score the balance of justice because Joker died and Thug 3 died. So actually, I did manage to kill an even amount of casualties. So that's good. That's not bad. Okay, and we'll just go into recount now. Or anything in round 4?
Stick to the plan.
Stick to the plan. Let's just have more suspect markers in play than your opponent. Yeah. So okay. We'll go into counting down. We'll see who's won. But boy, I do not think it's Two-Face. Okay, so we're gonna count down the victory points. See who won. So for Two-Face, this is 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18. So a little bit better than I had anticipated. But Joker's pile is much bigger. So let's see, that's 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 23, 25, 27, 30, 32, 34. So basically a landslide for Joker. To be honest, it did feel that way as we were playing. I think that in terms of Two-Face, I don't think Two-Face is normally has a bad showing like this. I think it was a combination of it was my first time really playing Two-Face. So I'm still kind of trying to get used to a lot of how his cards work. A lot of his cards are very clunky, but his guys are really strong for that. I don't think I took advantage of the fact that they're so good at shooting, and instead I think I might have moved a little bit too aggressively at the beginning. Although I do think that I got very unlucky.
Yes, you did. Especially that turn where I forced you to discard a card, and it was the one that would have helped you.
Yeah, that was devastating. I really needed that to sort of begin to go through my deck and to find the coin that I need. I think later on, the last 2 rounds, you saw a little bit more how Two-Face is sort of meant to operate. You know, you can pull the card when needed. I wasn't able to get it in the first 2 rounds, and it really hurt.
I feel you really picked up a lot of steam in the last round or 2.
Yeah, I think once I got going, but I did lose a lot of guys sort of egregiously. Well, I lost 2 guys, right? But with Two-Face, they're so strong, right? Because you lost, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did kill more of your dudes. It didn't matter as much because I wasn't able to score cards off the back of it. And that's kind of one of the real downsides to sort of Two-Face. You need to have the twisted side up in order to score a lot of those more offensive cards.
You also did lose Clayface.
Yeah.
He just was bad luck never recovering. Although I do feel that normally you should be rolling under the modified endurance.
Maybe. I think you're probably right about that, but I figured we weren't sure, so we just erred on the side of caution. I don't think Clayface works very well in this list, to be honest. I don't think he's super good for Two-Face. I think he's okay, but I think that maybe a couple more gangsters would have been better. Clayface is good. I really like him. One of the reasons why I took him was because I'm a big fan of Clayface, and I think he's a strong model. I think that this list is too competitive for its points. That you can get away bringing a guy who doesn't do a lot. So there you have it, guys. Two-Face versus Joker. Joker was the victor for now. We'll be back with another game next week, and I hope you join us then. All right, guys, and don't forget to check out the Spotlight on Gotham series that I'm also running at the minute, where I'm going in depth on the Joker crew, and then after that I think the plan is to do GCPD, and then so on and so forth through all the different crews so that I have a good analysis of all of them. So thanks everybody, and I'll see you next week.